All right, let's talk about a college basketball game that had absolutely everything. We're talking a massive lead that felt totally safe, a comeback that came out of nowhere, and a finish that, I kid you not, wasn't decided until the final horn sounded. We are diving into Clemson versus North Carolina in the ACC Tournament. This one is going to be remembered for a long, long time.
Now, to really understand this game, we're going to start at the end. I want to drop you right into the chaos of those final moments. Just picture it. The clock is screaming towards zero, the arena is just a wall of noise, and absolutely everything is on the line. I mean, this is what March is all about, right?
Just look at this sequence. It's insane. With 13 seconds to go, UNC is clawing back. They're down by just 2. Okay, Dillon Hunter for Clemson goes to the line, cool as you like, sinks both free throws. But then, this is where it gets nuts. Derek Dixon hits this impossible 3 with only 3 seconds left. So Clemson gets fouled, they go to the line with a 1-point lead, and he misses both. UNC grabs the rebound, throws up a prayer from the other end of the court, and it just misses. I mean, you can't write this stuff.
So, you have to be wondering, how did we get here? How does a game that was, for all intents and purposes, a blowout turn into one of the most heart-stopping thrillers of the tournament? Well, let's break it all down.
You see, for most of this game, Clemson wasn't just winning, they were absolutely dominant. They were systematically building this fortress, brick by brick, creating a lead that just looked completely and totally unbreakable. Let that number really sink in for a second. 18. With less than 12 minutes left to play in a tournament quarterfinal, an 18-point lead is supposed to be game over. It's done. The Tigers looked like they were on cruise control, and UNC, well, they had no answers. And here's the weapon they were using to build that fortress, the three-point shot. Clemson was just scorching hot from behind the arc, hitting nearly half of their attempts. Nick Davidson, in particular, was literally perfect, could not miss, going 4 for 4. And meanwhile, North Carolina, ice cold from deep.
But just when it seemed like it was all over, the siege began. With their backs completely against the wall, North Carolina unleashed this offensive barrage that, frankly, nobody saw coming.
And look, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from the Associated Press just nails it. They came storming back. That wasn't some slow, methodical chip away. No, this was a sudden, almost violent assault on Clemson's lead, and it was led by 2 guys who just refused to lose, Henri Veesaar and Derek Dixon.
Get this stat. In the last 2.5 minutes of the game, UNC hit 5 threes. 5! That's just an unreal level of clutch shooting. Every single time they needed a massive bucket, they got one from deep.
Veesaar was playing like a man possessed. He'd been a force down low all game, and then he started stepping outside and just burying these huge threes that seemed to just rip the heart out of Clemson's defense.
And then you had Derek Dixon, who was completely fearless. With the game hanging in the balance, he just kept shooting and he kept hitting, including that unbelievable shot with just a few seconds left that almost stole the whole thing.
We have to remember, amidst all this chaos on the court, there's a real human element here. Clemson was playing with heavy hearts. They had just lost their forward Carter Welling to a torn ACL in the game before this. It just adds another layer to their incredible fight in this win.
A game this close always comes down to incredible individual efforts. And this was a true duel of the stars, with players on both sides basically putting their teams on their backs and willing them towards the finish line.
And here are the 2 titans from that duel. For North Carolina, Henri Veesaar was an absolute monster. 28 points, 17 rebounds, just a mammoth game. And for Clemson, Nick Davidson was their anchor. His perfect shooting from 3 gave them just enough of a cushion to survive the storm. So it all comes down to this one single play. Nick Davidson, the guy who had been perfect all night long, is at the free throw line with a chance to ice the game. The pressure is just suffocating. He misses the first, and then, you can't believe it, he misses the second. The entire arena goes silent as Jarin Stevenson grabs it and just heaves it. And for a split second, you think it might go in, but it falls short. Clemson escapes, just barely.
Wow, a game like that doesn't just end when the buzzer sounds. The emotional whiplash, the highs and the lows, they all carry over, and they're going to define what comes next for both of these teams.
And what is Clemson's reward for surviving that absolute heartstopper? Oh, just a date with the #1 team in the conference, Duke. There is absolutely no time to rest. They have to get right back up and prepare for another huge battle.
And for North Carolina, the conference tournament dream is over in the most heartbreaking way imaginable. But their season, it's not done. They showed unbelievable fight, and now they just have to wait and see where they'll be seated for the big dance, the NCAA tournament.
And that kind of leaves us with this question, right? When we look back at a game that was literally decided by a missed free throw and a last-second heave, what do we remember more? Is it the incredible heroics, that barrage of threes from UNC, or is it the crushing finality of those 2 misses from the line? It's a game that really just shows you how razor-thin the line is between victory and defeat.